What's up, guys? I hope you're having an awesome day. Lately I've been doing a little bit of thinking. I know it sounds shocking coming from my mouth, considering the fact that I'm an absolute idiot with half a brain cell on a good day, but I'm sure I've seen some of those "I'm not like other girls" posts. There is a whole subreddit dedicated to them because they're funny. But if you somehow never have been on the internet for the past 6 years, maybe 7, I don't know, and never have seen any of them, and just happened to stumble across this video, then good morning. I'd advise you to run away while you still can. The "I'm not like other girls" posts are, as the name suggests, all those drawings, memes, texts, etc., in which their authors tries to prove that they are not like other girls. Except they are usually bragging about those super ordinary things that like everyone does, and they tend to have this extreme pick-me energy, where they just try to show those other girls as stereotypically as they can. Actually, I think I'm just going to make one just to show you the essence. Okay, so I didn't want to put too much energy into it, so it's ugly, I'm aware, just don't hate on that. This is ugly. Okay, so of course, the other girl is on the left and I am on the right. And yeah, let's start with clothes. I'm gonna dress the other girl in a pink dress, obviously, and pink heels, obviously, and myself just in regular jeans and t-shirt because yeah, that's how it is. So my head turned out much bigger than the other girls. Obviously, my brain is bigger because I'm the smart one. But they look very not like as if they are drawn in the same art style, because I didn't want to waste time on doing my art style here, so I just made her smaller. I mean, I am short, so that should be about accurate. Obviously all of the other girls are blonde, but I'm blonde as well, so just to emphasize that I am the natural blonde here. My blonde is like this actual normal blonde that is like this grayish brown, and the other girl is blonde is yellow because when you dye your hair and you dye it blonde, it may turn out yellow, and it often does. So yeah, I am the natural one, and she's fake. Okay. Okay, so when it comes to skin, obviously all the other girls are tan because they attend solarium, because they care only about their looks, and so they want to be tanned. And I am pale because I spend time at home reading books, having actual interest, and being this awesome person that they are not. Okay, so obviously all the other girls listen to some pop and this popular music that is just universal. I listen to unpopular bands, so I'm going to give myself a t-shirt from some unpopular band that is very special and very unpopular. When it comes to makeup, of course, all the other girls wear a lot of it and I don't, so that makes me better. Okay, so I'm going to leave you those short characteristics on the side so that you don't need to rely on their looks. So other girls wear pink dresses, they wear a lot of makeup, they have fake tan and bleached hair, they care only about their looks, and they listen to pop. And me, so I wear black pants and t-shirts, I wear no makeup, I read books, I listen to good music, I don't care about my looks, and I have an interesting personality because, of course they don't. Actually, let's just look at some examples from the subreddit. So we have normal person sings along, me sings along, sings sings harmonization on melody, sings orchestral accompaniment, waves conductor hands, cueing individual instruments. Okay, okay, you want a medal for that or something? People, why can't you be normal? Me, why can't you be interesting? Because, of course, people that aren't interested in the underground alternative stuff are just boring. That's obvious. Okay, one more. Here we've got a little bit of reading. I'm not like the kind of girl that mothers like. I'm not happy and bubbly. I'm dark and cloudy because I'm the type of crazy person that feels bad for serial killers. Please don't. Like, come on. That's so disrespectful for their victims to just feel bad for a killer. Like, I can't. Like, my little brain cannot comprehend the fact that some serial killers have fandoms. Like, stop him, get some help. Like, why would you be like that? Why? That just feels bad.
So those are just funny, and I love watching videos about them. Even here at the background you can see that I'm making a fan art of Hash, who's my favorite Reddit YouTuber at the moment, and I love him. He's so amazing and funny and makes really cool skits. Go watch him, you won't regret it. And by the way, it just goes to show how much of a dumbass I am actually, because I thought I'd post this art to Twitter. And instead of Hash, I've accidentally tagged another person who's using the same avatar that he is, and yeah, that other person seems to also be really dope, so that stays like this because they seem to have liked it. So yeah, now that's fan art for both of you. You need to share, I'm sorry. That's what you get for using the same icon. Anyway, I find the whole phenomenon of the "I'm not like other girls" post quite interesting. You see, in the past, when I first seen those images posted like unironically, I could very much relate to them. I mean, I've had this similar attitude for a very long time, and like obviously I wasn't alone with it considering the amount of those posts. It started when I was like in kindergarten, when I was like 4 or 5 years old. I'm not sure how many people can relate to that because I grew up in a quite conservative environment and I did not get the gender neutral upbringing. Actually, I feel like everything was gender, from clothes to toys I had available to play with. All based on stereotype that boys like blue and they like playing pirates, astronauts, cowboys, superheroes, drivers, and they like dinosaurs and Lego bricks, and girls like pink dresses and they like playing that they are mothers and they are cleaning the house. Like really, I've had the toy pink vacuum cleaner that literally sucked. You get it, because it was a vacuum cleaner and those are sucking dust, but it was a shitty toy. I mean, if I ever asked my parents for toy cars, they would probably buy me some. Despite the fact that I really wanted them, I asked them just like once, and they interpreted it in their own way and bought me a car for Barbie dolls, which was slow as heck because the wheels were barely spinning. I guess it was made to just put the dolls in, not to push as fast as possible. It's kinda weird how everything is gendered, despite the fact that there's no need to. There's also a big subreddit for that, called r/pointlessly gendered, where you can see that it's not just about stuff for children, but also adults and even pets, and most of them are just ridiculous. But also funny to look at, I have to admit it.
Okay, so here we've got a nice little journal. I don't know, I actually kind of like this design. And it's called Planet Locking Journal for Boys. Because, you know, girls cannot like astronauts, girls cannot like space, girls cannot like all those nice little galaxies that we have in here. I'm better with physics, don't judge me. Even if it's pink, girls are not allowed to like it, as you can see by me. I can't even name it properly. So yeah, that's for boys. That's just and only for boys. That's very masculine journal. And here we've got some nice little toolkits. As you can see, the seller is quite progressive because they acknowledge that girls might like stuff like this as well. except the toolkit for boys is like in blue and red, and for girls is like in primarily in pink, and also $10 more expensive because why not? Let's look at one more example. We have the guitar picks for girls and for boys. So yeah, great. We acknowledge the fact that guitars are not only for boys. Great, great, great. Congratulations. What we can see here. Oh, okay. So those for girls are like pink, and for boys are mostly blue and black, and those masculine colors. And also they are cheaper for some reason. Again.
And I never liked those girly toys, so I kinda rejected it all. I started hating everything considered girly. I feel that I'm better than that. I hated color pink. I hated those boring as girly toys. I hated fashion. I hated makeup. And in a way, I've seen girls who did like it, as not opposing to the stereotype, and in a way looked down on them, despite the fact that I was literally acting like a stereotype of a boy. So in no way better. I wanted to fit in with the boys, which actually made me fall even deeper into this rabbit hole, because it was treated as an insult to say that you're doing something or just acting like a girl. And in this point, I would also want to emphasize that despite the fact that I'm talking specifically about issues that girls need to face, I'm aware that it's not that rosy for boys too. The whole boys don't cry attitude is very toxic, and it teaches boys that they shouldn't show any emotions other than anger. Compared to women, men are 3 times more likely to die by suicide in Australia and UK, 3.5 times more likely in the US, and more than 4 times more likely in Russia and Argentina. World Health Organization's data show that nearly 40% of countries have more than 15 suicide deaths per 100,000 men. Only 1.5% show a rate that high for women. And it's also suggested that the fact that for generations many societies have encouraged men to be strong and not admit that they are struggling is contributing to that. Which just goes to show that this way of dividing traits and expectations we have of other people based on their gender hurts everyone. Also, again, I'm not sure how common it is, but I've heard quite a lot of times from guys that I'm not like other girls or women as a compliment, as a sort of a synonym of saying, you're cool, you're a nice friend, you actually have some interests. And I didn't even realize that it's literally just diminishing my gender. And saying that I'm not like that doesn't make it any better, because at the end of the day, I am a girl. So if you see all those girls as not that, this is not okay, and this is insulting me as well. So I guess I find it interesting how society made me feel that I'm special for just being able to think individually and not being this human Barbie doll. I don't think it's a good name for that, because Barbie is actually an example showing that you can do it all. You don't need to choose between books and dresses. She's pretty, she wears makeup and girly clothes, primarily in pink, but also her slogan was just, you can be anything. Because she was shown having all those very different interests and careers, and in those animated films about her, even if she was some princess, she was always this strong lead, just so brave and smart and kind. It's so ironic that so many girls and women, myself included, while trying to find individuality, ended up being just like everyone else. I know that those posts are just a way of boosting your confidence, and I totally stand doing that. All power to you, but not at the cost of shaming others for their interest and personality, as long as it's harmless. And it might have been like in high school when I started realizing how wrong I was this whole time, and realized that those other girls, which were just a stereotype I've had in my head, were not that common. and that there is nothing wrong with liking feminine things. It doesn't make you boring. It doesn't mean you are shallow and don't have any actual personality. It doesn't mean that you are less intelligent. There's no point in rejecting things just because they are not special enough. I mean, life is too short to give up on things we like just for this sort of bullshit. I feel like now I can finally feel more like myself, and you know what? Pink is dope. I like pink. I still refuse to wear clothes that aren't black, but it's more dictated with my music taste and the fact that as cool as fashion is, my half of brain cell doesn't get it, and black jeans with black t-shirt will always look good. But you can still see a lot of pink in my art because it's really nice. I like it, and it goes for dudes as well. Do whatever makes you happy. You want to wear makeup or frilly dresses? Go ahead, fuck gender stereotypes. My family is very big, and I've seen it several times when a boy finds a doll for like the first time and just immediately wants to play with it, and I don't get it. Why are dolls only for girls? Like, if we want to teach them to be good mothers, then shouldn't we want to teach boys to be good fathers as well? And now when I look at my past self, I cringe a lot, but like, who doesn't? At the end of the day, I feel it's just a sign of some personal growth that I don't feel this way anymore. Anyways, I would love to hear your thoughts about this, and I think this is all I wanted to say in this video. So just stay safe, stay hydrated, wear a mask when going outside, and bye bye!